So we continue our reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we'll read from Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 and we'll read from verse 32 to 35 because it's the same or it's the flow of the talk by Arjuna with Krishna, and he tries to explain his situation, and now he's giving the several reasons why he don't want to fight. So because today there are 4 shlokas, I think we can chant the first shloka, that is 32nd shlok, and then we can read the translation and purport. Okay, so let us chant the 32nd shlok. To enter full screen. Kim no rajyena govinda
किं नो राजेन गोविन्द
kim bhoge jivetanava
किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
tenava yesham arte kankshitam no
येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो
rajyam bhogaha sukhani cha
राज्यं भोगसुखानि च
kim no rajyena govinda
किं नो राजेन गोविन्द
kim bhoger jivitenava
किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
yesham arte kankshitam no
येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो
Rajyam bhoga sukhani cha.
राज्यं भोगसुखानि च
So please chant this sloka, then we'll go forward.
किं नो राजेन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगसुखानि च
Anybody else? We'll try 32nd shlok.
किं न राजेन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राजं भोगासुखानि च
Mute. Okay, so let us read the translation and purport of these slokas. Translation: O Govinda, what avail to us our kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now added on this battlefield? O Madhusudan, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, material uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brother-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange of 3 words, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Purport: Arjuna has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of all pleasures for cows and the senses. By using this significant word, Arjuna indicates that Krishna should understand what will satisfy Arjuna's senses. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. If we try to satisfy senses of Govinda, however, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses, and he wants God to be order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the senses of living entities as much as they deserve, but not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the opposite way, namely when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring to satisfy one's own senses, then by grace of Govinda, all desires of the living entities are satisfied. Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural compassion for them, and he therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to show his opulence to friends and relatives, but Arjuna fears that all his relatives and friends will be killed on the battlefield, and he will be unable to share his opulence after victory. This is typical calculation of material life. The transcendental life, however, is different. Since a devotee wants to satisfy desires of Lord, he can, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord. If the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a far thing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna kill them personally. At this point, he did not know that Krishna has already killed them before their coming into battlefield, and that he was only to become an instrument of Krishna. This fact is disclosed in the following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like and to retaliate against his miscreants, cousins, and brothers, but it was Lord's plan that they should be killed, all be killed. The devotees of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoers, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjuna wanted to excuse them. So, here we see uh, Arjuna is speaking further to Krishna, and he's saying, giving different reasons why he don't want to fight. And now he admits that he don't want to fight in this shloka. He's not prepared to fight. So, like yesterday, we were discussing uh, whatever battle or the war, who is victorious, the person who is victorious or the king who wins the war, he will get the kingdom and money, and he gets the happiness by the victory. And Arjuna is also now is saying that I don't want victory. Yesterday was the same sentence, that I don't want victory, I don't want kingdom, I don't want happiness. Now he is saying, giving the reason why he don't want, because after winning, everyone wants to enjoy the kingdom with the family and relatives. And Arjuna fears that they all will die in the battlefield, so there will be no one with whom he can enjoy the happiness of the kingdom and wealth, whatever he gets after this war. So this is typical mentality, as Srila Prabhupada mentions, to enjoy based on the bodily conception of life, my relatives, my wealth, and my friends, my parents, this type of mentality. And Arjuna, he said in the 30th shloka that he is already forgetting, and he is trembling, and he's already confused, he don't know what he's supposed to do. And in this situation, at least Arjuna is trying to put in front of Krishna his argument why he don't want to fight. So this way of thinking is confusion caused by the situation in our motive or our intention. So Arjuna or Pandavas came on the battlefield after a lot of consideration and after a lot of trial for peace agreement, and after everything failed, then they have come on the battlefield. So when they came, they were very conscious and they were aware of their motive and intention of coming on the battlefield. So yesterday there was topic about we were discussing uh, about Draupadi and how Pandavas came to war. So Pandavas decided to uh, enter the battle or to settle this Kaurav and Pandav conflict in the battle after long consideration. So if we see from their childhood, they were because their father was not there, they were in care of Dhritarashtra, and there only Duryodhan tried to kill Bhima. Then when they grow up, Duryodhan tried to kill all the Pandavas in the palace which he put on the fire, but Pandavas escaped from there. And Yudhishthira, before the fire was started, Yudhishthir knew that Duryodhan is planning to kill them, but they escaped from there. But till this time, we see it was the suffering that Pandavas were getting, the brothers were getting, and they tolerated it. But after the Rajasuya Yagya and in the gambling match, in the gambling, when Yudhishthir lost everything, and there was insult of Draupadi, and in that situation or in that place, all the warriors or all the great these relatives were there, right? Like Bhishma was there, Dronacharya was there, Duryodhan was there, Dhritarashtra was there, everybody was there in that assembly, but nobody came to help Pandav, right? Only who helped, or not Pandav or Draupadi also. Only Krishna helped at the end when everything was gone and nobody was there. Krishna helped Draupadi. So at that moment, and after that, they tried to settle. They went in the forest for 13, 14 years, and then they tried to settle after their exile is finished, using Krishna as the peace messenger, but that also failed. Then they took the decision to have the battle. So have taken the decision to fight after long consideration and after sufficient time in their life, and they knew that all these whoever Arjuna is mentioning, uncles, grandsons, brother-in-laws, and other relatives, they didn't help Draupadi or Yudhishthir. Nobody stopped Yudhishthir from gambling, and also didn't save Draupadi. So when they came into the battle, their intention was very clear that these adharma or people who are supporting adharma should be punished. But here we see Arjuna, after seeing the relatives and putting his compassion affection at wrong place, he lost or he forget his motivation. So that's what he already said, that I am forgetting. So when you start forgetting, you get confused, and then the situation drives you. The way situation changes, then you will try to adjust according to the situation. So Arjuna was distracted from his motive or intention of having the battle. So this is a great learning or a point that we should remember in our life, that our life should be based on some values or principles. It should not be that as the situation comes, we change our values or we change our principles and we move forward. This way, we will not be leading a life which satisfies the purpose of the human birth, right? So we have to understand ourselves and our relationship with the Supreme. But if we make these as our principle and values, then whatever situation comes around us, we should be always focusing on this value. But uh, in all the situations, we should try to remember the goal. So here Arjuna already forgot why he came, and now he is connected or concerning or considering only the bodily relationships and forgetting his own motive or motives of Krishna also. Because Krishna tried to pacify Duryodhan and that failed, then Krishna said, now there is only one chance, but to uh, uh, meet in the battlefield and settle all the disputes there. So it was Krishna's decision also, because his devotees, like all the Pandav and Draupadi, is also a devotee, they have already suffered a lot, and now Krishna wanted to stop this adharma and protect the side of dharma, because he comes to protect the dharma and protect the devotees. So it was Krishna's decision also to fight this war. But now Arjuna is distracted from his goal to follow Krishna or follow Krishna's instructions. So if we forget our main motive or main goal, then the situation will make us forget the intention or goal of our life, and the situation will drive us in in a place where we will be lost always. So uh, we have to be very conscious of what is happening with us in day-to-day life. Even if the situation is not favorable or situation is difficult, we should be conscious of handling those situations. We should not get carried away by the situation. We generally get carried away and we identify with that situation, and we think that this situation is the only truth, and this, if this is solved, then my purpose is fulfilled. But it is not like that, because all the situations will keep changing every moment and you cannot satisfy all the situations. So we have to stick to our intention or our goal, um, of understanding our own self or self realization, and based on this we should uh, progress in our life. Then we will not get confused or will not forget for what we are doing or we are living. So here Arjuna's situation, now he says, I don't want to fight. I am not prepared to fight. He was prepared when he entered the battlefield. He already took Gandhi in his hand. But now he's saying, I am not prepared. So he's confused and he has forgotten his purpose. And now he don't want anything. So from the further few shlokas, Arjuna will explain more reasons why he should not fight, and giving some references also. But all these arguments that he put forward are based on his identification with the temporary material body and relationships with the material body. So um, we and Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada mentions, that even if the devotee forgives, Krishna never forgives if the devotee has suffered for something wrong. So Krishna says, my devotee will never perish. So he protects his devotees even if devotees want to forgive. So it was no way that Arjuna will be successful in avoiding the war or fighting. So that will come in next few shlokas when Krishna refutes all the arguments put forward by Arjuna, and that we will see in due course of time as we go into the next verses. So these are few points that I thought should be shared. So if any realizations, any points that anybody think we should be focusing on, then please feel free to share. Trailokya Rajasya Hetu Kim Muhikriti. What is the use of three planets, three words?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, just I want to ask a question. Um, yeah, actually, Krishna told already they are killed,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So, so actually, Krishna descended to this material world to re-establish the dharma.
Mm-hmm.
That was his plan. So this Gauravas are in adharma. So he planned already. They
Mm.
are they should be killed
Mm.
like that. Then Krishna, after some years, he dies. Then Kali Yuga started. So does it runs this like a cycle, like Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga? So again, Dwapara Yuga comes same way Krishna descends to this material world. Again, he speaks to Arjuna about Gita. How, will it happen like this? Is it like a set up program? It runs like a computer. Once if you write in such a way that it starts when it ends automatically, it starts again.
Mhm.
It is it works like that. All
No,
Krishna's plan.
so the yoga cycles work in the cycle, but
Yes, yes.
Krishna,
Activity. Mm.
yeah, but
Krishna and the drama, they are descending. Is it? It is continuous in the same way, or
yeah, it's decided, but Krishna comes, he himself comes only once in one day of Brahma.
mm, mm.
So he
Yes.
don't come in every cycle. So he
No,
comes in one time,
yes, yes.
and yeah, that is decided, and that happens every day. That Krishna
Mm, mm,
he comes.
mm, mm.
But Bhanu Maharaj told once that every time he comes, there will be slight difference in the pastimes. So this
Uh-huh.
time, so this
Slight
time
difference, not the same way. Okay, okay, okay.
not exactly same. There will be little
Uh-huh.
bit difference, but we don't have
The
any.
main purpose is dharma to be established, kind of thing.
Right,
Mm-mm.
right, right.
Mm-mm.
But he himself comes only once. But his incarnations like Lord Ram and others will
Mm.
keep coming to establish the dharma from time to time.
Yeah, Ram also came for re-establish dharma, isn't it? The killing the Ravana, those
Right,
things.
right, right.
Okay, okay. Mm, okay. So the people who are all in these yugas as much as purify and they get get into the good place, like becoming a devotee.
Yeah, we are.
Mhm.
We say the Kali Yuga
Mm,
has just started, right? 5,000 years back.
mm, mm, mm,
So we are actually very lucky that we have taken birth in the beginning of the Kali Yuga.
mm,
5,000 year is just beginning if you compare the complete lifespan of the Kali Yuga. So
mm,
that
mm,
way we are very lucky and that we are in this time, and we are more lucky that we have got access to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So
mm,
as
mm, mm,
Kali Yuga progresses, all this Veda and Shastra will be very rarely available.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
we all are lucky that at least we have got in touch with Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam already. So we
mm, mm,
can really, if we want, we can really make a good use of this opportunity that we have got.
mm. Yeah, then we maybe we were maybe in Dwapara Yuga also, Treta Yuga also. We don't know, right?
No, we don't know when.
No, no, it's not like that.
No, means our past life, we actually don't know, right? How we came in this life.
So,
So
okay.
maybe
Kali Yuga, we will be born many times. Must be. In Kali Yuga, we are that this 5,000 years. We could have born many times.
possible.
Mm, mm, mm,
So it depends how our karma and how our desires
mm,
at the time of time we die. So if we want to be uh, close to Krishna more and more, then Krishna will make arrangement that we can go to his place, Vishnu's
mm. We don't
place.
need to come back again. Mm,
Yeah, yeah. So he will make arrangement the birth
mm,
also, I think.
mm. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Okay, so thank you very much for joining today also, and we'll continue reading tomorrow, and we'll see Arjuna almost in few days. We'll see that Arjuna now he agreed that he is not prepared to fight, but he will give some more reasons why he don't want to fight. That's the arguments that he plays in front of Krishna. So thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
you.